So, die haben alle hier so diese komischen...
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
I have nothing to hide, sir. But I've never heard of this.
Das ist ein Fall, den ich nicht besonders mag. Oh. Kann ich mal umentscheiden und 14 sagen?
Enjoy the evening, sir. There is still plenty of time before the grand finale.
All right.
Bin ich hier auf einer Fetischparty? Ich habe ein bisschen Angst. Ja, ich habe ein bisschen Angst, wo ich jetzt hier gerade gelandet bin. Oh, ich bin doch gerne hier. Hallöchen. Entschuldigung. Uiuiui. Alles klar. Wird einen direkt erstmal in den Hintern
What
gezogen.
if I write an article about these people here? Can you help me gather information about Cordona's elite?
Eine andere. Was macht
My
John da?
goodness, Sherlock. They made a blood fountain.
No, John, it's definitely not blood, just wine. Gahor, is it a guess?
The wine vapours from here will be enough to get me
Auf
tipsy.
den Tisch.
I hope.
Gut, ihn sieht niemand, ne?
You have such pretty hands. What can you do with them?
Ich was zu trinken, bitte?
Excuse
Ganz
me,
schnell.
just one question.
I have nothing to hide, sir.
Gib mir
but
was zu
I've
trinken.
never heard of this.
Ich kann schnell mit trinken.
Bogle's gallery has a backer, I see.
Ah, I know the perfect girl for you.
I guarantee we'll have a good time.
Okay, sind hier offen für alles. Man merkt das.
I should write to my friend about the handsome men here. He'd appreciate it.
Oh, hey, handsome. I see that look in your eyes.
Oh, der klingt wie so ein Serienkiller, Alter. Ich geh mal. Ich bin mal weg. Aber ganz schnell hier.
Hey, handsome, I see that look in your
Der klang gerade so wie so ein Psycho. Oh, ich meine. Okay. Das hat mir jetzt gerade ein bisschen Angst gemacht.
Oh, don't act like you haven't thought about it, darling.
Darling.
Do you know what was here before Manchiosa's family bought it?
Oh nein, bin ich hier in Okkultismus reingeraten? Ist das so ein Verein hier? Wenn es schon so anfängt. Das Grundstück des Anwesens gehörte von Manchios Familie einem Architekten und Okkultisten. Dieser hatte sein Leben der Durchführung eines Rituals aus einem uralten Buch gewidmet, doch die gewöhnlichen magischen Kreise stellten sich als zu schwach dafür heraus. Aus diesem Grund baute er dieses Herrenhaus. Betrachtet man es genauer, kann man erkennen, dass seine Form bestimmte magische Symbole entsprechen. Zudem sind in einigen Wänden Hohlräume zu finden. Eines Tages war der Architekt jedoch einfach verschwunden. Einzig ein Häufchen Asche auf dem Boden war von ihm zurückgeblieben. Vielleicht hat er mit seinem Ritual ja doch Erfolg.
That's what I like about this party.
Alles
Bring me more
klar.
dirt, Sherry. One more piece, and I can expose these base hedonists. Curtains do not guarantee.
Excuse me,
privacy.
just one question. And you still need a crack, despite being ethereal?
But I know nothing about this.
Aufgeschlossen, oft auf einem Boot. Geheimnisvolle Aristokratin. Gucken, was hier so mit den Leuten ist. Sieht sehr schlecht, ja, das kenne ich. Interessiert sich für Exorzismus und hat ein Nonnenkostüm. Oh Gott. Was ist mit dem hier? Mr. Creepy? Kann ich den auch anschauen? Walisischer Darsteller, trägt unbequeme Schuhe. Aufgeschlossen. Nee. Schläft auf dem Bauch, wohlgesonnen. Freundlich Whisky-Kritiker. Ich habe jetzt eigentlich so versaute Sachen erwartet. Irgendwie so mit deren Vorliebe oder so, keine Ahnung. Ich sehe da was Nackiges. Da gucken wir gleich mal hin.
One of these books must open a secret passage. I know it.
Kommt noch. Ah, okay, ich verstehe.
Well-known and recent plays to keep up to date with the current trends. These medieval botany and chemistry books look even more satanic than the occult ones. Romantic poetry and prose. Someone's in touch with their feelings. Codex Orchis. Why does this occult book sound like a flower?
Also ich bin jetzt nicht so gerne hier im okkulten Haus.
My husband thinks I am playing bridge here.
Du spielst was anderes als Bridge, ne? Du bist die Bridge. Essen!
Let me know if you need anything, sir.
Hacke ich. Hier ist auch noch was. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht, wo ich reingehen soll. Hier in dieses verführerische, leuchtende Zimmer oder in das andere? Warum lachst du dabei wieder? Bitte keine komischen Akte hier, bitte keine komischen Akte hier, bitte.
Sherlock, friend.
Woher weiß er, dass wir das sind? Oder hat er das anhand der Maske erkannt?
Werner, I see you are not yourself.
The more time you
Das ist schon,
spend
wenn du
here
schon
in
redest.
Cordona, the more I feel it my duty to
Weißt du
bring
nicht.
you into our world and show you all we have to offer.
And what is on offer today?
Pleasure, indulgence, relief, and relaxation. You've earned some time for yourself, have you not?
Those who know me would say I'm incapable of it.
Nonsense. I refuse to believe there is anyone permitted to know Sherlock Holmes.
You may be right.
Then free yourself from
Zauberstab.
inhibition and expectation. The night is young, and so are the guests. You should try to enjoy both. It's not healthy for handsome men to spend every night alone, and certainly not in a house filled with such melancholic memories.
Demosi.
I must admit, my travels have proven more taxing than expected. I'm less confident in my life and myself. Time of relaxation seems a distant dream.
So can I tempt you with a physical aid to your moral consolations? There's wine, of course, something to smoke, or perhaps an artificial paradise? Yes, something more spiritual, a potentiator to sharpen the mind. A 7% solution of, well, that'd be telling, but you must try it.
My mind already operates at a far higher level than most. I struggle to believe anything could improve it. My ultimate duty is to provide the world with truth, and I do that perfectly well as is.
Duty? You've never cared about that before.
Of course I do. Exposing a lie, revealing a fact, that is a moral responsibility.
That's not morality. Morals are what happens afterwards when truth collides with consequence. Do you ever follow up on cases you solved? Do you ever see what happened next? Visit the victims? Ensure justice
voll
is
close.
served in the courts? And how do you choose where to direct your attention? Are there not deserving causes to which your brilliance
Bleib
could
hier
be
heraus.
applied but isn't?
You ascribe me more power than I possess. I have a narrow skill set and work within that mandate. What occurs afterward is irrelevant.
With every action or inaction, you place a finger on the scales of morality. Many in the city would see you as abdicating your responsibility.
I haven't.
Not me, of course. Morality is subjective, just like truth. There is little to be gained from indulging in it, and far better things to indulge in. Now I must insist on easing any burdens I've placed upon your shoulders. Show yourself a kindness and try this rather delectable concoction.
Ich möchte das Getränk untersuchen.
If this
Oh,
solution
Mensch,
truly
nicht.
does assist with thinking, then well, perhaps it would be puerile to overlook an opportunity to study it. I'll take it with me.
Yes, Sherlock. Very good. And now, our evening begins in earnest. I just remembered. I'm sorry, Sherlock. My mind's delightfully impaired. Please take this key. It opens the altar room, past the library.
Pardon? Altar room? What now, Werner?
Go quickly and find our Fabio. Only you can make him talk. I'll join you in a minute.
Wo bin ich hier reingeraten? Ich besitze die Room-Reihe. Ich glaube, den neuesten Teil habe ich noch nicht. Aber gespielt habe ich es noch nicht. Nee. Ich habe es aber schon mal zugeschaut. Auf jeden Fall echt faszinierend. Rätseln.
Let Fabio speak for himself.
Bin ich hier nur reingeraten? Wer ist denn dahinter? Killersofa. Ich sehe da ein Sofa. Stuhl. So, sein Harem.
Look, I'm an outlaw.
Oh. Der Fall 13 ist der griechische Dolmetscher. Ja gut, ich habe keine Ahnung, was genau da passiert und so.
May I ask you something?
I have nothing to hide, sir, but I've
Wollte ich auch
never
gerade
heard
fragen.
of this.
Sehr gut, Rem, sehr gut. Mega geile Reihe, bin gerade beim zweiten Teil. Also sowas kann man auch mal streamen, falls man Luft hat. Deswegen habe ich solche Spiele ja auf der Steam-Liste. Falls ich mal irgendwie Bock auf sowas habe, habe ich sowas halt parat.
Honey, you feeling lonely? I'll be your friend.
Nancho's had to enforce the masks after the scandal. Nancho's had to enforce...
Okay.
Nancho's had to enforce... Nancho's...
Wieso? Was habe ich denn getan? Nice, das ist eine Orgie. Ja, ich glaube, ich bin so ein bisschen reingeraten. Okay, ich verstehe das jetzt gerade nicht. Reingerutscht.
Nancho's had to enforce...
We've got to fall back, Sherlock. I think they're suspicious. Or they were checking you out.
Nancho's had to enforce the masks after the scandal.
weiß jetzt nicht, wie ich das da rausfinden soll. 29 Hörbücher von Sherlock, ist doch klar, dass du nicht weißt, was dir
Nancho's had to
vorkommt, wenn du's
enforce
nicht
the
kennst.
masks
Das stimmt.
after the
Das
scandal.
stimmt allerdings. Oh Gott, Mosi. Oh, Mosi. Was sind das schon für Witze hier? Ah, ich musste 4 Sachen finden. Ah, okay. Das ergibt dann Sinn. Ich habe immer nur 3 gefunden. Mit Anlauf-Brownie. Und ohne. Was? Manchmal bin ich froh, dass dieser nicht meinen Witz gelesen hat, sonst bekomme ich wieder Haue. Du kriegst so oder so Haue. Ist zu spät. Ja, Musi. Viel zu spät. Und du lagst ein daneben zu einem meiner Lieblingsfall. Wie heißt denn der? Dein Lieblingsfall? Also 14 oder was? Gäste sprachen von einem Skandal während eines der früheren Feste. Vizegovernor Coden wurde damals von seiner Gattin in Spee, einer preußischen Herzogin, mit einigen jungen Männern erwischt. Einigen. Auch wenn die geplante Hochzeit aus politischen Beweggründen arrangiert worden war, schienen die Gefühle der Herzogin durchaus echt zu sein. Der Vorfall sorgte für eine diplomatische Krise zwischen Cordona und Preußen. Obwohl letztendlich nur einige Protestschreiben ausgetauscht wurden, entließ der Governor seinen Stellvertreter.
I'll pin them down with this scoop. Thank you, Sherlock.
Gerüchteküche. Ach, das war mit John so eine Aufgabe. Okay, cool. So, wo ist denn jetzt dieser geheime Raum hier?
Excuse me, just one question.
I have nothing to hide, sir. But I've never heard of this.
Das ist so ein japanisches Bild. Machen die da gerade Liebe? Ja, natürlich machen die gerade Liebe. Hier sind halt nur solche Bilder. Die darum gehen. An der Wand.
My God. Was he here this whole time?
Wo sind wir hier reingeraten? Verdammte Scheiße! Kann ich wieder gehen? Darf ich wieder gehen? Och Mann, warum? Natürlich hat er im Anwesen einen Opferaltar und sowas und eine Leiche ist da drin. Alles klar.
The herbs here are Salvia divinorum. They have a slight hallucinogenic effect to emphasize the ceremony.
So ein Raum ist cool. Ja, ist klar.
This elaborate box must be for the ritual dagger. This oil has a slight aroma of flowers and olive. The ointment smells mouse-like. I presume it is an aphrodisiac prepared from a Spanish fly.
Oh, these crime scenes always outdo my imagination.
A blunt force trauma may have suffered an internal hemorrhage. This crude tattoo partially covers as slave branding.
Sklave? Oh je. Ja, wir ziehen erstmal das Messer raus.
The dagger is heavy and sharp, but lacks balance.
Also den Dolch. Ich hoffe, er steckt ihn nicht wieder rein.
This golden handle has a bloodstain on it.
Ich würde es dem Spiel zutrauen. Okay, gut. Ich hätte so gelacht, wenn er den Dolch so rauszieht, sich den anguckt, ja, und wieder reinsteckt. Wegen der Polizei und so. Weil, ne, ist ja eigentlich Beweismaterial. Hallo Selatio. Betäuben und dann stechen. So einer ist er also. Hm?
This worm-like sigil has been drawn with his own blood.
Lazio, danke schön für dein Prime Gaming im 32. Monat. Vielen, vielen Dank. Das ist sehr nett von dir. Danke für die ganze Unterstützung. Danke.
The victim has clenched the fabric so firmly in his fist that it's nigh impossible to remove it.
Was fehlt mir denn hier noch? Vielleicht die Wunde selbst? Oder?
The wound is deep. A precise strike reached the heart. He died right here.
Kommt der jetzt her?
Werner, care to explain what is going on here?
On nights like these, it's not unusual for some attendees to get a little exuberant.
Ist ja klar, dass er
It's part of the
dazugehört, ey.
appeal. Unfortunately, it appears things have gotten out of hand. Yes, some are more prone to bend the rules of morality.
That's murder.
Nur 1080p
I doubt there's
verfügbar.
anything left
Wow.
to bend. Why did you not tell me immediately?
Oh,
We
das
were
ist doof.
chatting about trivial matters for some time.
Hat Twitch wieder
If I'm
verkackt, ja?
completely honest, Sherlock, I've consumed a rather potent cocktail of substances. My attention slips and drifts. But I'm glad I thought to call for you.
You sent me a disguise.
Oh dear, did I? Well, since I found the body, Mr. Manchios has agreed that you can investigate the matter. I promise my mind will behave itself going forward.
All right. Pull yourself together, Werner.
Okay.
What is it about these nights that you were so eager to share with me?
Well, they're not always in the evenings, but they are in the shadows. People gather to test their boundaries in a safe and consensual atmosphere. Often with more stains than your typical crime scene. But that is the point. Who are we to judge?
I suppose that's fair. What about today, then? Was anything different?
Well, I was invited as a special guest. It was supposed to be a time of both divine and carnal pleasures. A scratch for every unconventional itch.
I imagine you're reeling from your shattered expectations.
On the contrary, there is still spectacle, stimulation, and release, merely in a different form. I like to let life entertain me.
Or death.
Okay. Oh Gott, Mo, sie kommt jetzt echt mit Nonnenwitze an. Oh Gott. Auch nur 1080p, aber geht bei mir. Soll ich den Stream nochmal neu starten, dass die Auflösung sich vielleicht dann skaliert? Also, dass ihr mehr Auswahl habt? Weil dann hat Twitch das ja wieder ein bisschen verkackt.
Mr. Manchios is the owner of the manor, yes?
And the host of Cordona's most memorable parties. He promises even the ugliest guest a partner for the night. And for the ones with more unconventional tastes, Mr. Manchios provides other services.
What a caring person.
You cannot begin to imagine.
Okay, ich mach die Fragen zu Ende und dann starte ich mal neu.
How did you discover the body? In between guzzles of alcohol?
I was set to
Ich
perform
frage
an
euch, für mich ist es kein
with
Problem.
Fabio and came to inquire further. It was a staged ritual where he was to play the principle of life.
And the rehearsal was unsuccessful?
Huh, who knows? I found him alone on the altar, his blood dripping to the floor.
And then?
Then I called Mr. Manchios. He was panicking, so I told him about you. We left the room and locked the door. Then we were
Filling time?
waiting for you was stressful. We indulged in some simple comforts. Overindulged, perhaps.
Ah ja.
Were you well acquainted with Fabio, the victim?
Everyone knew Fabio, or wanted to. His beauty was the talk of the island. Too handsome to go unnoticed. He was magnetic. Fat wallets fought for the privilege of having him. He offered the pleasures of performance, and more.
Gott, da kommen ja mehr hier.
The police remain unaware of this tragic event?
Some of them may be hiding behind their masks. They conceal many things. But we didn't want the authorities to create more problems. Besides, after a few cocktails, their incompetence will have soared to new heights.
How do you know I even want the case?
I promised you relaxation. If there's one thing I know about you, Sherlock, it's that nothing soothes you more than a good mystery.
War die Tür auf?
When you discovered the body, was the door open?
No, it was locked. Oh, that reminds me. It's a minor detail, but the first time I came to speak to Fabio, I left without entering, having been unable to open the door.
You didn't have the key?
No, I had it. Don't look at me like that. I was mostly sober. I suspect there was a key in the other side of the door, blocking the lock.
That detail may very well be major, Werner. Well done. So you returned later only to find the lock was not blocked?
Correct. After an hour had passed, I tried again and was able to unlock the door. That's when I discovered poor, handsome Fabio.
What about the fertility ritual? There was something about Fabio being a principle of life.
Fabio was supposed to portray the beauty of life's origin. Flowers, oil, not this travesty that seems straight out of the Inquisition.
So this ritual is not the fertility rite. What was it meant to look like?
It begins with a woman lying naked in a flower bed on the altar. She represents Gaia, the earth. As I
Während
cover
er sie
her
mit
in
Öl
oils,
alles
we
klar.
chant for the principle. As our calls reach a climax, Fabio enters and copulates with her. After he finishes, I stab her with a dagger. That part's just pretend, of course.
But the intercourse is not?
I did not expect you to be such a prude. Are you a virgin? It is nothing to be ashamed of, but it would explain the color of your cheeks. The fertility rite
ist unsere
marks
Maske,
the
du Sack.
start of our festivities. The principle of life is beautiful, intimate, essential. It must not be stopped.
Yet it appears that someone did stop it. What about the naked woman? Can you tell me anything about her?
Oh yes, Matista. She's one of Fabio's compatriots and a performer too. I haven't seen her today, actually.
Okay.